Place my like a drive-through. Feeling, you know how I do. Push.
I done seen the best of them jammed up. 25 to life in the can't stop. Never met a man that they can't talk. We're talking on the phones, they can hear us.
7 in the morning and they in my home. My bank account's froze, what is going on? Why it all start going wrong? From talking on the phone.
Too many to handle business on my own, cause you ain't right, and that's I don't condone. I got homies behind the wall wishing they was home. They got jammed up, kept discussing business on the phone. But Scotty, boy, we 200 bands off them $20 flips. I'm going by myself when it's time to up. That way police don't have a clue when turn up. I'm dolo when I'm out making different moves. Pull up to the shop just to pick and choose. I'm that, don't get confused, cause even when the prayed I didn't lose. Machine.
I done seen the best of them jammed up. 25 to life in the can't stop. Never met a man that they can't talk. We're talking on the phones, they can hear us.
7 in the morning and they in my home. My bank account's froze, what is going on? Why it all start going wrong? From talking on the phones.
No introduction really necessary. Get the message like a secretary. Boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead and buried, still be kicking flavor in the cemetery. Trap music originator. Fresh off of my hiatus. Yelling you to all my haters. They skywalk, I'm Darth Vader. Promise I don't give a about them. Let them out 20 red till a million need nothing. Yup, like in the Kango enter. New Cadillac with some all-go hammer. Long as I remember how to Atlanta. I can give a about a dog. Cause I'm used to getting things from a text. So I count setting numbers in the hood. Do what I say do. Break bread, a fake dead, a bit to hate that. 50 million, you die to make that middle. You vote for Trump and see me outside when you know what's up. I ain't hearing no peace talk. Ain't funny, no hee-haw. Like the Black Panther weak to the teeth. Try me weak. Swear to God I could have been Freddie Gray. Or Mike Brown getting down with a homie and a half a. Let me buy Sandra Bland. Listen, boy, you're challenging with the running man. I was challenging with a in hand. What you see before you, what they told you from nothing, man. Grand hustle over everything. And hit the king like an 18-wheeler in and out of air lane. Never been a part of the in crowd. Got a problem with me, I said, yeah, I got the same friend that I came in with, ducking all that lane. Hey, everyone that knows on go. I rolled in a 4x4. Believe if I kept gon' go see me with ain't gon' see them no more. They love when I talk, they roll by the car lot when bought it. Caught case at the case and a phone. They will watch you give a that. I live that they rapping back, carrying them back what they capping back. Bankroll mama, we know it did. We cashing out, we bagging that. Stacking up, there's zero. Certified neighborhood hero. You can try one of those, better not try with me though. Hey.
Bring it in. Roll it down by 2. We're gonna go out here, run this play for the win. Let's go get it. I formation, 28 sweeps, blue 14. Watch left. Hup.
We to the man, Atlanta hat caught to the left, turn to the back. Try to see we weren't having that. Sit with your ad, drop it out with Alabama ad. That would get for trying to battle rap. Head, be one and done. No drive, but we running. Walk up to you while you showing us stunts till you up that jewelry and money. Playing game, thinking showing up funny till my young win for me. Yeah. For the love of the bankroll, keep it busy. Don't nobody care about it, don't nobody wanna hear about it. You got problem, huh? Well, it's the same thing for everybody. I ain't gon' lie, I promise that a day go by. I ain't on the grind if I ain't on fire. If it one thing I want, then it can't go by. Tryna put 6 wheels on the Range Rover. I ain't finna play no game, that what you know. So if you think at the top till I move over, modern day Tupac in a new hover. Know that now come with us and down. We dodge it, steady ducking clown. We chasing meals so we can put that down. Top, but we run the town. But with millions in with no cap and gown. We're all in what happened now. Metal throne, concrete crown. Call that line, you getting beat. Real boy veteran, boy academy. He still remember me when they were sick and needed their medicine. Better watch it, partner, you ain't around here thinking sweet. You got the wrong idea. Get left out there. Tell them so what? I kept trap music all black. Still, I'm that stupid. Still down to do it if you act stupid. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah. Trap music all black, get locked up and get back to it, yeah.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Newton on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And his first pass is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long, it's Newton. Being chased out left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. He's still barreling through. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton caught left side by Funchess. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now Breeze to try again after the pick six. And that is incomplete here. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And it's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. Dancing to his left. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Well, now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. It's Hill, complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off by Mike Adams. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Manti Te'o coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So in Saints territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. To throw is Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yep.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. And they've got it here with a first down.
That's right now. Do something.
Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. And now he'll tuck it and run. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Look at it. Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. Steps away to his left. And he gets it to Funchess complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
From the gun, Newton. Forced out to his left. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Robert Ayers in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Newton. Buying time to his left. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Here's Newton. It's caught by Funchess. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Ready? You ready?
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
It's brought in by Floyd. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Shotgun now for Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams we think,
this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to throw, Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a rare two-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He dumps it down to Ingram. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Breeze going to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a 1st down again.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll run it with Kamara into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Breeze now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Thomas the intended target. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the 1st half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back.
They got his man complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Newton on 3rd down. A quick hitter complete. It's right. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Newton now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Newton. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25. 5-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down, Ingram. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Touchdown, Carolina! DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting...
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
He'll buy some time right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Kamara, and he'll get this up only to about the 33. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Throwing now is Breeze. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Mario Addison in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little.
He's got him in, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for Carolina. 49 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. From the gun, Newton. Now he'll escape to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Newton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And now it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Mario Addison in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's taken in at the 9. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the gun, Newton being chased out left. Keeps himself upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Newton escaping the pressure right. Funches with a catch over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Newton finding Funches for the Panther first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. After the run, Newton going to throw. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Demario Davis there on the stop.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Newton, caught left side by Funches. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And he's swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Wes Horton in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And he's got it up and through. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Breeze. Smith catches left side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Back to throw, Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Breeze to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A nice gain of 21 yards. To throw is Breeze. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Throwing here, Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jarius Wright, his first touchdown on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6. Gano for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now Breeze throwing on second down. This is caught by Gill. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. Now Breeze wants the football. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Panthers, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
What's that on that beat?
Addicted to ballin', I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, I'm addicted to ballin'. I'm addicted to ballin'. I have to get my ends. I pull up in my Benz, flexing, counting my bands. Started getting money, I had it supposed to be rich. I live by the beach now.